This is my bag of empties, empty bottles. At this point, you're probably thinking, what have I just clicked on? Is she going through like half a bottle a day in her life? And the answer is no. These are not all my empties fully. Well, from my own usage and from the decant shop, these seem to be the most popular, the ones that people are the most interested in, that everybody wants to try and everybody wants to smell. So if you guys wanted to smell anything, you could do that on THESCENTED.ca, and let's look at all these empties and see how much of what I have. I know for sure that I've gone through a load of bottles of Ormonde Jayne Levant because it's one of my favorites and I hyped it in my video 5 fragrances that every woman needs. This fragrance smells a lot like Ex Nihilo's Fleur Narcotique, which I recently learned is Hailey Bieber's signature scent, and this has a very similar type of scent, but it's a little bit more citrusy, airy, and like appropriate for daily wear. Well, I shouldn't say airy because Fleur Narcotique is very airy, but this is a little bit more down to earth and wearable on a daily basis, a bit brighter. So Levant, we only have 3 empty bottles of Levant. So I'm almost done my 4th. So we've got 3 empty bottles of Levant. All right, we've got 2 empties of Musk Noir Rose. This is one of my personal favorites, like hugely popular. Everybody's been hyping this, and with good reason, because this is an outstanding scent. This fragrance has sort of a vintage vibe, like a gentle vintage vibe about it, with plum and with tuberose. So the tuberose, it isn't too strong and it isn't too sweet. Thankfully for me, it doesn't come out too strong on my skin. I think this is a very sexy, grown-up type of scent. It is not too mature. There is just something very addictive to this type of scent. Another one from Narciso that's been hugely popular is their very first fragrance release, which was Narciso Rodriguez for her. This is with a bit of patchouli. There's some orange flower in here. There's amber. It's just an exquisite blend. It's perfect as a professional scent to wear to work, to wear on a daily basis. It is like for the musk lover though. So the musk that's in Narciso is different than like the typical soft, clean musk. It's, when you smell it, you'll know and you will recognize it. There's a sensuality to it. There's almost like a touch, a gentle little touch of animalic, and it's like, it's a deeper, richer musk. So this fragrance, still definitely one of my favorites. It's hard to pick a favorite Narciso, of course. I reviewed the whole range up here, but it's missing a couple of the newest ones. Now I'm looking at this arrangement here, and it's becoming very evident to me that the very most popular one has been YSL Libre. So we have, let's see, the bottles are the same for the intense and the original, so it's a split. So 2 intenses and 2 originals of YSL Libre. It's a really, like, it's a toss-up on which one is better. Me personally, I prefer the original EDP. A lot of people love the sweeter, more vanillic heavy intense, but me as a lavender lover, as a freshy lover, and not a vanilla lover, I like the original EDP. Now, I did also cover the entire YSL Libre range, and I'll link that video up here. Patiently waiting for the new Fougère Platine to come out. I think it's supposed to come out in October, so here in Canada, maybe we'll get it by December. Then I have 2 empty bottles of Amber Musk, which is another one of my personal all-time favorite fragrances. This just smells fuzzy and clean and cozy. It's a soft, sweet musk. It's not a deep, intense scent as the name would suggest. It's very gentle and like almost smells like some kind of body wash. I mean, that sounds weird, but it smells like it could easily be some kind of body product. It's very gentle, and on me it smells amazing. It's one of my most complimented fragrances, and I love it a lot. Then we have Flower Bomb Midnight. This has been a huge hit as well. It is my favorite Flower Bomb flanker. So this one has pomegranate and a muskiness, and the muskiness in here is reminiscent of the Narciso musk, so it is very sexy. This could have been like a collaboration between Victor and Rolf and Narciso Rodriguez. Like, that's kind of what it smells like. It's a lot more elevated than the typical Flower Bomb range. It's different. It sets it apart. This was the first one that I smelled from the whole range that I was like, yes, I need to have it immediately. So it's my favorite flanker for sure. And it's very long lasting too. We have 2 empties of Coco Noir. My third bottle is almost empty as well. And this is one of my signature scents. I use it all the time, all year round. In the summer, just in the evenings. And it's a spicy, like rose, clove, patchouli, resinous scent that sounds like it would be super intense, but it really isn't. It has quite quiet projection. It stays pretty close to the skin. It's very feminine. It's very welcoming, actually. It's a very comfortable scent. So yeah, that one has been very popular. Dior Pure Poison as well. A very feminine, delicate white floral scent. I get a lot of gardenia in this fragrance, which is one of my favorite white flowers. I don't get an overwhelming tuberose. It's really nice. It is a creamy scent. The presentation suits it perfectly. I think this is my favorite of the poisons from Dior. I've never been much of a hypnotic poison kind of girl, but I do really like Pure Poison. This, need I say more? Baccarat Rouge, everybody loves it. This kind of just, like, it sold out early days, and then I never restocked it, and then I just restocked it. And then the bottle I restocked like a month ago is like down to here right now. So I'm blown away at how popular this fragrance still is and how many people still want to test it out, or maybe just have a small sample. And that's very reasonable. I guess that makes perfect sense. Like if you don't really want to splurge $500+ on a full bottle and you would maybe just want to have like 5 or 10 ml of it, that's a lot more affordable. So I guess it makes sense why it sells out so fast, because it is so popular and so loved. And truth be told, no dupes really do what Baccarat Rouge does. The closest one that I've smelled has been Aurora from Juliana's Perfumes, but this one still has more, like this one's still magical. Like they can get the scent, but they can't get the magic. I don't know how to explain it. And we have 2 Ocean de Joyas, and the third Ocean de Joya is pretty low. I think this one might be getting discontinued. I thought so initially, and then they brought it back. And now I'm seeing this one on the Armani website in the last chance section, and it's heavily reduced. So if you like aquatic shampoo-y type of scents that are like very feminine, this I always describe it, and I'm sorry for being repetitive, but this really smells like you washed your hair with a luxurious fruity shampoo and you're standing out on the balcony at a luxurious vacation with the sea breeze blowing in your hair. Like that's what it smells like. It's what it feels like. There's pear in here. It's light, it's breezy, it's airy. It gives you the essence of being near an ocean, like in the Caribbean somewhere. So I think it's one of the easiest fragrances to just kind of grab and go and smell fresh and clean and still interesting, not boring fresh and clean. So yeah, if you're interested in that, grab it on the Armani side, because I think it might be gone soon. The 100 ml seem to be gone. Then we have number 5 L'Eau. Again, not really much of a surprise because I've been hyping this probably since day 1 of my channel. When I discovered it, I fell so heavily in love with the scent because I had always liked the image of Chanel number 5 but never liked the scent. And then I tried number 5 L'Eau and I was like, hey, I can get down with this. This is a fresh, citrusy, kind of spritzy, bubbly, clean, modernized version of number 5. So it's my favorite number 5, more so than the Premiere, and I will always have it. And evidently you guys are interested in it as well. Then Manifesto, my favorite vanilla, one of my favorite vanillas, the Few. And this one as well has been discontinued criminally by YSL. I also love the Manifesto L'Eclat, which is a little bit more refreshing, and I think it has a tea note or blackcurrant leaf. It smells like just a little bit zingier than just this Manifesto, which smells almost like a marshmallow hug. That's probably the best way I could put it. It's a beautiful, amazing, cozy vanilla. I thankfully still have a load of it on ice, so I'm never running out, I don't think. But yeah, that one has been semi-popular. Not like as crazy popular as I would have thought, but it is the best vanilla. And here's a vanilla that I personally don't advocate for too much, and that's the Kayali Vanilla 28. This is an example of a vanilla that I personally don't really love, but everybody wants to try it. Everybody wants to know what the hype is about. So this I always need to have on hand because there's always a huge demand for it and it gets sold out so quickly. Everybody always wants to try it. Most of the time I don't even like do an update that it's been restocked and then it's already been like going like crazy. So, I mean, as a vanilla scent, it's not bad. Like, it's not offensive. But to me, it's just, I don't like this deep, rich, almost like brown sugary style vanilla. Just not my vibe. Okay, let's go to... We have Mediterranean Honeysuckle, another one from Erin that I love. My son stole the cap off this one. I know exactly where it is. It's in his little play cubbies. He liked blue. So, yeah, this one to me smells like... This is happiness in a bottle. Like, I smell this and this makes me smile. At one point I drew a comparison and like I found a similarity between this and the Johnson & Johnson's Baby Wash Cotton Touch. And I still see that a little bit. But of course this smells like a fragrance. It smells expensive. It smells elevated. It doesn't smell just like a baby wash. It's just that there's some level of comfort and cleanliness to it and like this soapy, clean freshness. I think a very, very safe fragrance, very beautiful. One of my favorites to wear throughout the summer, and I think it always will be. Oh, here's another MFK. So the Oud Satin Mood, I restocked as well, and my current bottle is already down to half, and these are big boys. These are 250 ml, 200 ml. They're big. Yeah, this is a really beautiful oud scent. It's powdery, it's vanillic, and it just smells so luxurious. But since having discovered a couple other ones, I've kind of turned off from this because I find this one nowadays is a little bit too sweet. I think I'm gonna pick up Oud Silk Mood one of these days, but I really love the Roja Amber Oud Crystal. The liquid is clear, so you don't have to worry about it staining your clothing, and it smells even more exquisite than this, but in a very similar style. Armani Code is another one that's been one of my longtime favorites. It's been in my collection for years and years and years. And I actually like the current formulation more than the old formulation with the flowers on the bottle. This has orange, vanilla, like orange flower. I think there's jasmine as well. There's an addictive quality about the scent that I just keep coming back to, and I love it, especially in the cooler weather. Like now that fall's coming around, I have the whole body wash set too. I use the body wash, the cream, and it just feels so good. You feel just a little bit sexy, but still like pretty casual. So I love it. This is another one that I saw on the last chance section on the Armani Beauty website that I think is marked down from like 150 to 100. So yeah, thankfully I have a backup bottle, but I might just grab another one. We have some Byredos. So we have three. We have Byredo Blanche. That was probably my first bottle of Byredo, and I really loved it. And now I have a bigger one. It smells like fresh, clean laundry with a little bit of peony. So it smells like when you walk by somebody's house and you smell them doing laundry, but you're still outside, you're getting the breeze and the fresh air. So it's not stuffy like when you're in a laundromat. It's like nice and breezy, a little bit floral, really beautiful, just like a great spritz and go. You know what I don't like about Byredo bottles? Byredo, who even knows? The curvature of the bottle at the base doesn't allow you to get the last bit of juice out. So this is basically stuck there forever. And yeah, the little stick, the atomizer, it just won't catch it. So that's frustrating considering the price point. And same thing with the Gypsy Water. I managed to get most of it, but you can still see like a smidge in there and it's not gonna come out. So we have an empty Gypsy Water, an empty Belle d'Afrique, and an empty Blanche. We have an empty bottle of Coco Mademoiselle. Now I have the big 150 ml. It's big. And this is, of course, everyone's, like, I think, favorite Chanel in general. And it's really beautiful. It's a citrus rose and patchouli scent. It's refreshing, it's feminine. It still has depth to it. It still smells like it has that Chanel quality, like that signature Chanel classic touch. Compliment Monster. Men love this fragrance. And then I have a little Chanel Chance Eau de Toilette. This one I personally really like, but I like the EDP more now. This one's a little bit more fruity, a little bit more of a watery patchouli scent. I'm liking the EDP, like deep, woody, like patchouli peppery thing going on. The EDT is still really nice. It has hyacinth, it has, I think, pineapple as well. There's touches of fruitiness in here. It's a lot more appropriate for cooler weather. They're both really nice, but now my tastes have changed and I like the EDP more. And then I have two empty bottles of Ex Nihilo Fleur Narcotique. This one has been just as popular as Levant. Thankfully, I have a third bottle currently. And it's just as beautiful. I have so just as many positive things to say about this as I do about Levant. The fragrances are almost identical, with one being slightly more citrusy and bright, but you can't go wrong with either one. They're both really outstanding, feminine, airy. The scent in here, it's a peony and moss kind of scent, so you get like a true peony. It's a little bit dry, and the moss quality kind of, it almost has the same effect as like Baccarat Rouge in that airiness, but the scent is different. We have an empty of Jasmine's Marzipan from Lancôme. I love this. Oh, it is also another cold weather scent. I don't talk about this one much anymore because I can't even tell if it's being discontinued or not. It's seldom available. One of my animals is trying to get in here. And they discontinue so many from this range that I can't even tell. So I'm just, to be safe, I'm not really talking about it too much these days. But it is one of my favorite, really like sweet, intense fragrances. This one, when I wore a lot of it, got me loads of compliments. It was one of my most complimented fragrance ever. And then I just kind of put it on the back burner. And we have a couple Mon Guerlains. So I have the Eau de Toilette, which is discontinued, pretty hard to find, but still available. And is a lot more lavender centric. So it's a more fresh take, less vanilla. Just, if you like lavender, I think you would like the Eau de Toilette better. I still have a bunch of this. And then this is the original EDP, but it just came in a limited edition gold bottle. Oh, and I missed the empty of Bloom of Rose Eau de Toilette. This is my personal favorite from the Mon Guerlain collection. This is very different than the original scent profile. It still retains that original DNA, but it has a bright rose, fresh, flirty, young. It has orange blossom, I believe. You can smell it. Orange blossom or neroli. A little bit it's in there. It's a really uplifting, bright, kind of summery version of the original, and it's one of my signature scents. Even with all the new scents that I'm constantly discovering, that's one that I just keep coming back to all the time. And I have two empties of M. Micallef Ylang in gold. Another vanilla heavy fragrance that I personally love. This just smells like banana custard. That's it. It just smells like delicious banana custard, especially in the opening. It's yummy. I wore this one a lot this summer. I have the new bottle. The packaging is different. It's white with like gold speckles on it, but it still has the gold flecks in the actual liquid. And we have some Narciso. So then I have the Narciso Poudre, which is one of my favorites of the cubes. I like it for the winter, for like fall and winter, because it's a little bit more dense. So I can't wear it in the warm weather, but it's kind of sweet. It's got some white florals in there. It's a soft, powdery, very cozy fragrance. And then the original Narciso EDP. This one's beautiful as well, but it's less sweet. It's a lot more musky. It can be a little bit headache inducing. I haven't purchased another bottle because I think I overwore it and it just gave me too much of a headache. So I personally do really prefer the Poudre. Then I have Gris Charnel. I didn't think I liked this in the beginning, and to this day I'm still not 100% sure. But it is one of my most complimented fragrances, and I only really like layering this with the Le Labo Teint Noir lotion. That's really the only way that I wear it, and it gets me a lot of compliments. It was funny because my sister had smelled this when she was helping me out one day, and she was like, oh, I don't like it. And I was like, really? Because that's the one that you complimented me on. And then, like, well, of course, on skin, things smell a little bit different. So out of the bottle, I don't like how it smells, but on skin, it smells pretty good on me. It is kind of smoky. Fig tea sort of scent. It's nice, but I'm still not 100% on that one. I think the jury's still out on that one. At least my internal mental jury. And then Dior Addict. Dior Addict I love. It's one of my favorite vanillas as well. This is a warm kind of tonka vanilla with jasmine. It's a lot more mature than some of the other vanillas that are really popular these days. It's a lot sexier and richer. It's a cult classic, really. Like, I think that everybody needs to smell it at least once in their life. And then we have Alien. Someone already has dibs on this bottle. It's a little girl. She wants the bottle. This is the Clarins formulation. I still really like the Clarins formulation, but the current L'Oreal one is like, they ruined it. So I don't think I can even keep this bottle because it's broken, so it's just here and then it's gonna go away. But if you guys don't know Alien, it's like a rich ambery jasmine scent. And then we have La Vie est Belle L'Éclat Eau de Toilette. This is like La Vie est Belle with a lot more orange blossom and neroli. It's not really that sparkling, so I don't know. I didn't like it. It was still too sweet for me, but the bottle is beautiful. And then we have Sora Dora Mandorle. This has been such a hit since it came out. This is a almondy scent. It's very rich. It's a bit leathery, and it smells like there's cherry in here. Very, very sexy scent. I love this as a masculine scent as well. My hubby wore this a lot throughout the winter. And it kind of compares to Guerlain's L'Homme Idéal EDP, except sweeter and a lot more like concentrated. And I have Kilian's Intoxicated. This is one of my favorites. I need to refill this. I will not be throwing out this bottle because they are refillable, and you can get the slightly cheaper, dinky looking refill bottles, which, like, I get that it's a refill bottle, but the Kilian refill bottles are probably the ugliest that I've seen. And they're still super expensive. Anyway, no hate on Kilian. They have really nice fragrances. I loved Intoxicated. It's like a spicy coffee scent. It really made me think of like a Turkish coffee with like some spices in there. You know, I think there's like nutmeg and cinnamon. Can't even smell it anymore. But yeah, it was one of my favorite coffee fragrances. And then I have Chloe Nomad, which is like a very hippie chic type of scent. There's a plum note in here, Mirabelle plum. There's oak moss, freesia, peaches. And like a lot of Chloe fragrances, honestly, they seem great at the beginning and then they just get annoying. So I kind of lay off of Nomad. I really liked it for a while, and then one day it was just like, I'm annoyed by it. I got the ick and I can't wear it anymore. And then I have Guerlain's L'Heure Bleue. This is a classic that I guess some people might say has like granny vibes. It's a nice scent. It's a cool sort of iris scent. It does smell quite dated, I'd say. I never wore this. I actually like decanted the whole thing. And then I have the La Petite Robe Noire Intense. This is the one with the blueberry and cotton candy, and it's delicious. It's so good. I have 100 ml now. I have not tried the current formulation that's not in the blue bottle. I only have the blue bottle. I really hope the current day smells the same because this is one of my favorite gourmands. Zara Tonka Wood. This was a Zara home fragrance from years ago. And this bottle, I actually had to pour it out into another bottle because the atomizer broke and now it's spoiled. So this is kind of a fake empty. That one smelled a lot like Byredo's Bal d'Afrique. Some of these minis I used up on my own. I tend to go for the minis because I feel really accomplished when I finish them. And the way that I use fragrances, like personally, I'll probably never go through a full bottle myself, but I will go through minis. Wood Sage and Sea Salt, I used that up on myself. This is Juliet Has a Gun. That one was okay. And Victor and Rolf's Mini Flower Bomb. And Vanilla Vibes, I did not use that up. And Blackberry and Bay. Those are not all my bottles because some of them I have in refill bottles and just throw them out when I'm done with them. But yeah, that's basically, for the most part, that's basically it. I think I've given away a couple here and there to like people that wanted it for decor. And there's gonna be many, many more to come. So I hope you guys enjoyed me sifting through my empties. We'll do one more quick pan of everything, but I'll get rid of the little ones because they're not cute. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.